Good evening, and I welcome you to today's live session. Another very powerful conversation on beauty and wellness. I'm so thrilled to be answering this question asked by Shalini. So, I will begin this conversation by thanking Shalini for asking this really important question that is a not a very clear issue in a lot of people's mind. The question is whether silicone oils are good for skin and hair or are silicone oils bad for skin and hair. This is a question which many people keep debating about at different forums, and people have many perspectives, but Shalini proactively asked me to answer the question about the use of silicone oils in skin and hair care products and whether they are good. And today I take the privilege of answering Shalini, and by answering Shalini's question on this platform, I am going to empower a lot of people, give them answers to their questions, and when they have answers to their questions, they will be able to make smarter choices. So I want you to make smarter choices in the field of beauty and wellness. For me, beauty and wellness is one word, because unless you are well on the inside, unless you're really healthy on a cellular level, you cannot have long lasting beauty, amazing skin, amazing hair, amazing body shape at any age. This has to come only from being healthy at a cellular level. So all my conversations are about how to make choices that keep you healthy at a cellular level, to give you powerful information, what is a fact and what is a myth. Because once you're crystal clear about what is a fact and what is a myth, you will be empowered to make the right choices, because what we stop doing is as important as what we do. So suppose you're doing something wrong for the skin or the hair, because of that doing that one thing wrong, 5 things that you're doing right may be nullified. I have seen a lot of people do that, like saying that eating a lot of healthy foods and then eating a lot of sugar, so that lot of sugar is going to nullify the good effects of all the healthy food you're eating. Similarly, certain skincare products, certain hair care products nullify the good effects of all the good products you are spending time and money on, and I am going to make you aware of those products through my series of videos. Today's video is about silicone oil. Today's video is going to tell you what is silicone oil, what are the different skincare products where silicone oil is being used, why do skincare companies use silicone oil, why is it so popular, is it good for you, is it bad for you, who should use it and who should not use it, what are the benefits of silicone oil, if any, what harm could it be causing your skin and hair. I'm going to answer all these questions. And when Shalini asks me, Dr. Shweta, can you tell me if silicone oils are good or bad, I could not answer her in one word. I could not tell her that it is good or it is bad. That is the reason I did commit to her that very soon I will be making a video for you and I will answer this question for you, because many products are not good or bad. They are for certain specific functions, they are suitable for certain specific people, they have certain benefits and do not have certain other benefits, and this clarity will help you use the product smartly. Yes, every product needs to be used smartly, and smart usage of product is possible only when you have a good understanding of those products. So jumping into the session of today, all you need to know about silicone oils, and mostly we will be focusing on silicone oils for the skin, but yes, we will also talk about silicone oil for the hair, because silicone oil is commonly being used in hair care products also. The many serums that we buy, many serums that we use to make the hair settle, to make it less frizzy, they contain silicone oils, very rampantly available in the market. But then people are not very sure. Some people are saying not good at all, whereas some people are saying not so bad. Nobody is really saying that it is good, but what exactly is the truth? do you want to know? Now the good news is that silicone oils are relatively inexpensive. They're not very expensive molecules. They are synthetic products or chemical products. So because they are synthetic or chemical products, there is so much of an argument or so much of a confusion whether they are good or bad. But because they are synthetically manufactured and not a natural product, so you know that natural products are generally a little more expensive, whereas synthetically manufactured products may be a little less expensive. So silicone oil being a synthetically manufactured product, it is extremely cost effective. So once we clearly know what are the benefits of silicone oil, by using this silicone oil in the areas where it could give you benefits, using a product in such a way that you get maximum benefit from it and exactly the benefits that the product is designed to give you. You use it in a smart way, and smart use of products saves you time, gives you benefits, and saves you money too, because it is not always that you have to go for the most expensive product, because sometimes you may be over indulging in very expensive products when you can get the same results or similar results or even better results when much cheaper products are used smartly. Does that make a lot of sense? So who wants to save a lot of time? Who wants to save a lot of money? And who wants to get amazing results? So I'm sure that the answer is me, and you're in the right place, because in my shares, in my live conversations, I will give you powerful action steps. I'm Dr. Shweta Iyengar. Let me take a minute to introduce myself in case you do not know about me. I'm pretty regular on all social media channels, educating people, creating 2 and 3 minute videos, creating carousels, writing blogs, and having 2 live sessions every week. Every Tuesday and every Thursday at 9 p.m. I go live on Instagram handle #ILoveSkinSense, and through these live sessions I talk about how you can have amazing skin, amazing hair, amazing body shape, amazing immunity, amazing energy and enthusiasm. So I talk about all the wonderful things all men and women of all ages desire in their life. And the best part is I talk from my own 11 years of experience in treating thousands of men and women have all this for themselves, helping them be the best version of themselves. So from that experience, I have these conversations with you. That is one unique thing about my sharings with you. I am not reviewing products just for the sake of reviewing them without having enough knowledge about them. So day in and day out, I am listening to people, listening to their needs, desires, problems in the area of beauty and wellness. I'm helping them take certain action steps. I'm reviewing those action steps, and I have been doing this for over 11 years and produced some incredible results. In fact, SkinSense, which is my aesthetic clinic, has a 5-star rating, and in that 5-star rating, over 500 people have given it a 5-star rating, because that is how much delight SkinSense has given them. So because I have been doing this day in and day out, I definitely know a thing or two, a practical implication beyond what I learned in medical school. I definitely know a thing or two about what really works in health and wellness. And my core competency is to make things simple, to make things fun and easy, to empower you to take action, because when it is simplified, when it is made fun and easy, it automatically empowers you to take action. And I know that if you are an action taker, it is guaranteed that you will see progress, you will see results, and you will even see incredible results if you are consistent and persistent. So thank you for allowing me to introduce myself. I have introduced the topic, silicone oils, and now let us answer the questions for you. So question number 1, is silicone oil natural? Silicone oil is not natural. So there is a thought which says that anything that is not natural is not a good product. Do you believe that anything that is not natural is not a good product? So let me burst this bubble for you. So you all know about Johnson baby oil. do you think Johnson baby oil, which is kind of the safest product and everybody very comfortably for so many years has been using it to massage their babies. In fact, a lot of celebrities, a lot of very well-read people, a lot of people with the most sensitive skin types, people from all over the world use Johnson baby oil even as a makeup remover. You must have heard, and even if you right now go and Google, there are a lot of people, a large number of people swearing by the efficacy of using Johnson baby oil as a makeup remover, especially to remove eye makeup, especially to remove the kajal and the mascara and the eyeliner and a lot of makeup which many people use around the eye. And lot of this makeup is waterproof also. So waterproof makeup does not easily get removed with soap and water. Sometimes it needs something that can dissolve. It needs something like an oil to dissolve the waterproof makeup, and people swear by Johnson's baby oil for it. So then we all know that we all have some kind of comfort with Johnson's baby oil, but is that a natural product? No, Johnson's baby oil is not a natural product. Are you surprised? No, it's a synthetic product. It is known as petroleum oil. It is a product which is synthetically manufactured. Now, why am I talking about Johnson baby oil here? Just to tell you that sometimes you feel a synthetic product, which you also call as a chemical product, you feel that a synthetic product is an extremely unsafe product, but then without actually realizing you have been using a synthetic product around your eye area regularly, you have been using the synthetic product with great love on your tender baby skin, and you have seen that it has not caused any side effect at all. And this is not once or twice, this is not something over a few months, this is something that's been happening all over the world for so many years, and people have never seen any negative reaction with it, which proves a point, because the proof of the pudding is in the taste. So rather than the theories behind it, the proof is in the implementation. When we have seen that so many people have used this product and nobody has ever complained of any side effect, we know that it is a safe product. So this is what I am sharing to give you an argument that a synthetic product, which you also call as a chemical product, need not be an unsafe product. A synthetic product may be a safe product or an unsafe product. Similarly, a natural product can be a safe product or an unsafe product. So this category of products that we are talking about, like mineral oil, like I gave you an example of Johnson baby oil. Another product we are talking about, which is the hero of the day product, is silicone oil. These are synthetic products. These do not come from natural ingredients. What is good about them? Good about them is they are absolutely inert substances. So when we say inert substances are substances which do not have any chemical reaction with other substances. So silicone oil just forms a layer on the skin. A silicone oil just forms a layer on the hair. What it does is kind of forms a lamination coat on the skin or hair. It has no interactions whatsoever with the other ingredients in the skin and hair, with the other products in the skin and hair. That makes it an extremely safe substance, because any substance which has some kind of an interaction can cause reactions, can cause breakouts, but a silicone oil can never do that because it is an inert substance. So if you have to learn anything from today's video, you must realize that some products are inert products, they are inert substances, and these inert substances have their own value. Of course, they do not provide any nutrition, because to provide nutrition it has to have certain qualities, but a silicone oil has no nutrition, but it cannot interfere with something. So what it does is just forms a layer on top of the area that you apply, and forming a layer on top of the area that you apply has its own benefits. So let's talk about the benefits that it has. So let me again go back a little. So we will go a little back and forth, and the reason we will go a little back and forth is we want complete clarity, we want complete understanding. I could have answered this question in 1 or 2 sentences, but that's not how I like to do it. I want you to have crystal clear clarity on what you do and what you do not do, because that is what empowers you. So hi Sumit, it's a delight to see you. Good evening to you and a happy Diwali to you and your entire family. So we are talking about silicone oils in skincare and in hair care. So silicone oils are very popular in both skincare and hair care. Do you want to know the reason why they are so popular? So reason number one, they are very popular is being a synthetic substance, very easy to manufacture. Silicone oils are not an expensive product. So yes, if you're using a product day in and day out, you have to buy a product every month, 2 months or 3 months, but it's a part of your maintenance regime. You have to keep buying it once in few months. You would definitely be cost sensitive. You would definitely want a product which doesn't cost the moon, which is a reasonable product. So silicone oils can be sourced at a reasonable cost because they can be manufactured in abundance because they are a synthetic product. Now another benefit of a silicone oil, and this is a really big benefit which has made it very popular in the skin and the hair care industry, and the benefit is that silicone oils do not change their texture according to the change in temperature. So we know that whether it is a ghee or a coconut oil or any other oil, these oils can change their texture when the temperature changes. So if a product is being used in different seasons, a product is being used in different parts of the world, the viscosity of the product may change from place to place, and that is going to be very inconvenient for a skincare product. So most skincare products use oils. It's called as an emulsification, where some amount of oil is used and some amount of water is used. But then we do not want something which is excessively sticky. Also, we do not want something which keeps on solidifying or liquidifying as the temperature changes. Right? So do you see value in what I'm saying? It will be very inconvenient to have a product which keeps changing its viscosity or which keeps changing its texture with the change in the season or the change in the place. That is the reason sometimes it's inconvenient to use pure oils in natural skincare products, but it's very useful to use a product which is extremely stable. We use the word, it is an inert substance which does not have any interaction with other substances. That product is a delight to use. So thank you Shalini for joining in, and I did start this conversation with a huge gratitude to you. So people are going to learn a lot in this conversation because I'm sharing everything you need to know about silicone oils, the good, the bad, the amazing and the ugly, and people are going to learn this. Thank you to your question. So I encourage you all to ask the questions which are on your mind, because these questions are not just on your mind. There are so many other people who have similar questions. Every time they use a skincare product, they're not sure about whether they're doing the right thing or not. They do not know who to ask. So I'm delighted to answer your questions. I'm delighted to empower you with the right kind of knowledge, because the right kind of knowledge is going to help you powerfully take decisions, and when you powerfully take decisions, your whole personality changes, and that is my way to add beauty to the world, to give you clarity, to give you confidence, and to make you a bigger action taker than you already are. So thank you for being an action taker and asking me questions, and you can feel free to share this conversation with whoever you think may have similar questions. So we spoke about two advantages why skin and hair care products are using silicone oils in their formulation. One, we said because it is not very expensive, it is easy to manufacture. The second thing we said is because it is a very stable product and it just doesn't change its consistency depending on the temperature or the place it is in. And of course, we started the conversation with a Johnson baby oil, and we had a very beautiful conversation about how a synthetic product can be a very safe product, because it is important that a product should be inert certain number of times. If a product starts mixing with certain other products, if a product starts having some kind of chemical reaction with certain other products, if a product starts changing its texture, its color or something like that as as the day passes, as it interacts with the environment, as it interacts with the natural skin, oiliness of the skin, if it changes something, it's going to be very, very inconvenient to all of us. And silicone oil does nothing of that because it is an inert product. So after this, you got some kind of clarity that silicone oil could have its own benefits. It's definitely not a bad product. It could not do any harm because it's an inert product. So how should we check the right ingredients for our skin products? So Shalini, how I like to have my conversations is, I like to answer just one question in a half an hour conversation, but I like to answer it in various aspects so that you do not have a yes no answer, but you have absolute clarity in understanding one product, because there is a lot to understand about one product. Now to check the right ingredients in the skincare products, I think we should have another conversation for it. How to read labels, what are the ingredients that one must avoid, what are the absolute ingredients that everybody needs to avoid, and there are certain ingredients which are good for some and not good for some others. There are certain ingredients which are good in certain conditions and not good in certain conditions. So we will have that conversation too. Thanks for bringing that up, because yes, the more we are empowered to read the labels on our nutrition, the more we are empowered to read the labels on our granola bar, on our breakfast cereals, and on our skincare products, I am sure that we are going to save a lot of money. We are going to save a lot of hassle in hoarding our cabinet with wrong products. We are not going to get carried away anymore after that conversation. It is a long and difficult conversation to have because there is a lot of knowledge available, and my idea is to empower you, not to overwhelm you. So I am going to have this conversation with you. In a week or two, I will be announcing the topic. Yes, it will be on an Instagram live, and it will make sure that I simplified, give you some clarity, and help you start walking that path almost immediately. Then how far you want to go, how much more you want to know, how much research you want to do, and how much you want to ask me, you are welcome to do all of that. So now coming back to the topic, we have to also speak about why it is good for you, why it is not good for you. So obviously when Shalini asked me the question, like I said when I started this conversation, I could not answer her in 2 lines because it is not a 2-line answer. So I need to tell you in what conditions is silicone oil useful and in what conditions it is not useful, and that is why I chose this as a topic of today. So because it forms a layer, it forms a lamination on top. The biggest use of silicone oil is it is an occlusive, and occlusive is a substance which is kind of a protective plastic, which is kind of a protective laminate. So we can use any product containing silicone. There are sunscreens containing silicone. There are certain foundations which contain silicone. There are a lot of liquid products which contain silicone oils. Silicone oils is used in all the primers. So because of its consistency and its occlusive nature, one is it locks in the moisture right inside. So it locks in the moisture and it forms a lamination on top of the moisture. So if we are facing too much of dryness, especially in the winters, using a silicone oil or a silicone oil product as a top coat can work as a small invisible plastic sheet that you have put on top of your skin and hair, and that can protect you against pollution, that can protect you against dryness. So in our earlier conversations, we have said that one of the reasons we have dryness all through the year is because we live in a highly unnatural condition. And what is that unnatural condition? The unnatural condition is most of us are spending long hours in the AC, and that's not the natural condition your skin loves. And AC dehydrates you, it sucks out the moisture from your skin. So if your product contains a silicone oil, it is going to form a layer which does not allow the dehydrated air around you to suck out the moisture, because if you have a laminate on something, sucking out becomes difficult. So that is one reason it is good. The second reason, so both skin and hair, you can imagine this. So silicone oil in hair care is live-on. So I do know that People do not, a lot of people say please do not use silicone oil for hair, it is really bad for the hair. But it is not bad for the hair, it's an inert substance. So initially let me just burst the bubble that it's a bad product. And a lot of people have this feeling that it's a bad product because it's a synthetic product. And again, I like to burst certain bubbles, and I like to burst certain bubbles with clear information that if silicone oil is a synthetic product, I am repeating this, but it is important because I want that paradigm shift in your mind. Johnson's baby oil is a synthetic product too. And the amount of comfort we have with Johnson's baby oil, because we have made a correlation that it's a product we can trust. Yes, it is a product you can trust, but I am just having an argument that you can trust a synthetic product once you have the right information about it. Now, the second benefit of a silicone oil is it forms like a film. So we use the word lamination. So if you have a lamination on the skin and then you start your makeup on top of the lamination, I think your makeup is going to settle in very well. Silicone oil is one of the primary things that people are using in primers. So they're using it in primers because of that lamination, those fine lines, those wrinkles, those pores, those imperfections, all of it are going to get covered. And then when you apply your foundation or you apply your powder on top of it, you're going to get a flawless finish. So that is another benefit of silicone oil, that it will be a very good base. So products containing silicone oils and good quality silicone oils, you will love the texture of the products. Very commonly, a lot of sunscreens are using silicone oils and the product is phenomenal. When you go and look for a silicone based sunscreen, you will love the way it spreads on you, and it actually makes your skin look a lot better while adding to the protection of your skin. So then, what is not so good about silicone oils? So all you need to know about silicone oil is it is not a product that provides any kind of nourishment. So we need two things. So here, Shalini, you will agree with me that we are lovers of products that nourish us. Especially those of us who have baby hair know that our hair needs a lot of water, our hair needs a lot of nourishment. So if you believe that a silicone oil is an oil and it has oil-like properties, it does not have any oil-like properties, it does not have any essential fatty acids, it does not nourish your skin, it does not nourish your hair. So do not use silicone oil as something that nourishes. So if companies have been promoting silicone oil serums like Livon or certain other serums as something which is going to nourish your hair and make it healthier over a period of time, no. Silicone is an inert substance, and even if you're using silicone oil every day on your skin or your hair, you get silicone oil in a bottle which certain companies sell, and they say that apply it on your skin below your powder, below your makeup, and you will see how amazing your skin looks when you apply that. And yes, because it forms a laminate kind of a layer, it does make your skin look good. But then if you're addicted to the product and if you're using it day in and day out, is it going to make your skin healthier from inside? It is never going to make your skin healthier from inside, because it does not have the capacity to nourish your skin. So today the important differentiation which I want you to make is it can work as a coating on top of a skin, but it cannot work as something that nourishes your skin. So when you coat your skin or you coat your hair with a silicone oil, you feel it is looking so amazing, but that's all it does, because it's a top product. It does not provide any nourishment inside your skin. So this is the most important learning I want you to take away from today. And you can use silicone based products even for skin, even for hair, but that cannot be the primary product. The primary product that you need is a nourishing product. So after you wash your face, you definitely must use a moisturizer. A silicone oil may give you a false sense of security that your skin looks moisturized and it is not even greasy, but it does not add value to the skin. It does not slow down aging. It does not give you essential fatty acids. It does not give any kind of food to the skin. So if you're using after you wash your hair, you might want to use a conditioner which has butters, a conditioner which has jojoba oil, argan oil, certain nut oil. You may even be using virgin coconut oil on your hair. A lot of people today, it's very popular to use Moroccan or argan oil on the hair. These things are very, very expensive, but they do have their value because they have nourishing properties, and the right product used in the right way over a long period of time is definitely going to give you healthier strands of hair, is going to give you healthier skin, is going to make you age slowly. But an inert product is going to do nothing like that. It is just a top coat designed to seal everything inside and make everything look good. I think I've quite simplified the whole thing. So the takeaway for today is that if you are using a silicone oil, just make sure that it is the last product you're using. So if you're using a lot of nourishing products for the hair, after you washed and conditioned your hair, if you want to put in a leave-in conditioner, put in the leave-in conditioner first. If you have certain products, like you have a very good natural oil serum, a serum which has very high-end nut oils or seed oils, or certain virgin coconut oil also can be used as a serum, where you have infused certain herbs, you have infused certain aroma oils in it. You can use that also before you use the silicone oil, because once you use the silicone oil, after which if you start using a product on top of the silicone oil is a lamination and it is not going to allow penetration of any of the products. So I'm so glad, Shalini, this one is for you. Thank you for asking the question, and I'm so glad that you like this conversation. So I would like to tell you that even on the skin, if you're using a silicone based product, make sure that that's the last product you're using, and that's not the only product you're using, because that is not going to nourish you. So your nourishing products need to be applied first, and this can be the last layer if you like it. And the last thing is, do not mix your nourishing products with the silicone oil. I know a lot of people who mix a few drops of aroma oil or essential oil. I know people who mix some argan oil with some silicone oil like a Livon and mix it together and try to apply it on the hair. That is not going to work, because a silicone oil is an occlusive and it will form a layer, and the other oil will just stay on top of it and not penetrate into the skin. So I would want all those nourishing, expensive products to first penetrate into the skin. Probably wait for 5 minutes if you can, and as the last layer, seal it in with a silicone oil if you want to. I am not a big fan of silicone oil either for the skin or the hair, but of course I have nothing against it, and it is cost effective, so that is the best thing. You will not even break out with silicone oils, because the silicone oil is inert and it's not even going to clog your pores. You just have to make sure that your skin is clean enough. If you have an unclean skin and then you're going to put a laminate on it and then you're going to blame the laminate for the breakout, you hadn't cleaned your skin well in the first place. So thank you, Angel. Sorry, Angel, I don't know your name. So if you could please tell me your name, I can start interacting you with your name. And I'm so glad to see you so often here. In fact, I feel very, very happy that you people give me an opportunity to share my knowledge and to add so much value. So I think it's 30 minutes and I like to stay on time because I don't want to make it overwhelming ever, because overwhelm stops you from taking action. So thank you so much for liking my video. Please feel free to share it so that a lot of more people can learn from it. So hi Sucheta, and I will remember this in future. So Angel, Sucheta, thank you for being here. So I will see you again on Thursday again at 9 o'clock. And what should be the topic on Thursday? Do you want to suggest a topic that we should be talking about on Thursday? So I think because the season is winter, we should talk a little more about dandruff, because as the winter approaches, a lot of people are going to get scaly scalp and dandruff, and there is a lot of conversation about one can never get free of dandruff. I have made a lot of conversations on dandruff, but I think it's still worth having. It's sometimes over communication is better than under communication, because you never know when somebody may get the right information and that could change their life. So Shalini, my live is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it is 9 to 9:30, and I always announce the topic in advance. I start on time, I try to end on time, and you can send me your questions in advance, because that way we don't keep going all over the place. I make sure I answer anybody who sends me questions on a personal messenger. In fact, I'm delighted to do that. So thank you so much, and we're going to be talking about dandruff, and we're going to be talking about the lesser known or the insider secrets that can help you control your dandruff better on Thursday 9 to 9:30. So please tell your friends who are suffering from dandruff that I am going to tell you the best practices that I have seen that really work, and those best practices are going to be easy to do and still help you get freedom from your dandruff. And in few cases where freedom from dandruff may not be possible, they are going to help you get incredible control in dandruff, and that is a promise from me. So Dr. Shweta Iyengar, founder of Skin Sense Aesthetic Clinic, on a mission to empower you make the right choices by helping you with the right knowledge. Thank you so much for being here. Good night.